this week. John McPhee gets an unexpected third place at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. Moto 2 got a bit dicey, and there was another crash where Vinales almost died, and the legend that is Rossi almost died. Let's get to the video.
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the weekend race reviews. This weekend no BSB or World Superbikes, and it was only MotoGP, Moto 2 and Moto 3 which kept us entertained, and oh my god, there was so much action. Now, before we begin, if you're not enjoying kind of motorbike crashes and near-death experiences, definitely don't listen to what I have to say, because 2 massive crashes occurred this weekend, and there are about 4 people who are lucky to be alive. 2020 almost continued its form of being a really shit year by killing a legend, and a couple of others who had their whole careers in front of them. So without further ado, let's begin. Moto 3, John McPhee, you know, he had a brilliant qualifying. He was on the front row. I believe he was 3rd. And the start, again, the Petronas team really need to work on John's start, because he just can't get off the line as quick as the other guys, and he ended up dropping back to around 3rd or 4th off the line, when, you know, he should be up there trying to become like 1st and bridge a gap, which is very, very hard to do anyway in Moto 3, but he did well. At one point he was, I think with 3 or 4 laps to go, he was down in 10th, but managed to finish 6th, and then the confusion began. It turned out that about 3 or 4 riders all went on to the track, well, exceeded track limits on the final corner. Now that gave them an advantage, because they could get on the straight and on the gas a little bit better than people who actually stayed within track limits. So there was a lot of jumbling going about on podium finishes, and in the end John McPhee ended up getting P3, got a 3rd, and if you watch the footage back, he's very confused. He doesn't know if it's real or if it's fake. He's kind of just sat there chilling like, what? I'm not going. I don't know if it's real. But yeah, he went eventually, got his trophy and some champagne, and I'm sure that they will take that data forward to next week's rerun of the same race at the Red Bull Ring. And then we go on to Moto 2, and this is when the scary shit starts. So Moto 2, Bastianini, championship leader, on lap 4 I believe, he crashed out on the first turn. Now his bike is in the track, but that part of the track is a massive dip, so the bike officially just goes like missing to everyone else coming round, doing over 100 miles an hour by the point that they get parallel with his bike. He's in the middle of the road, almost gets run over, does well to not, like all the other riders done well not to connect with him, and some of the other riders done well to miss the bike. And then Shireen, Hashim Shireen, wow, he is lucky to be alive. This picture shows you the devastation that happened. The front yoke, well, the whole front of the bike is up in the air. You know, there's another rider who's coming through, I forget his name off the top of my head. He millimeters from smashing him in the face. That would probably have been instant death. I know they're wearing really good like helmets, but there's no way anyone's going to survive a whole front unit of a bike hitting them in the face. Really scary. I thought from the footage, you can go on Twitter, just put in Moto2 crash, a Red Bull ring, and they'll bring up both the crashes that happened. But the Moto2 crash, Jesus, I thought Hashim Shireen was dead. I didn't think there was any way that he would have survived it, but luckily and amazingly, you know, he is, you know, there's footage of him online now, you know, giving the thumbs up, saying that he's okay in the hospital bed. So that was really scary. I literally jumped off the sofa, like, oh no. A lot of words came out of my mouth, a lot of swear words, but you know, it's it was a very, very scary crash, and everyone, like, God, the guardian angel would have been on overtime that day. Jesus. So yeah, who won the race? I'm gonna have to come back to that one. So Moto2, yeah, Sam Lowe's managed to get a oh, I think I was supposed to go left there, bugger. Yeah, so Sam Lowe's managed to get a P4. Very good for him. He, you know, has got more championship points. He took over Xavi Verge, and that was the first time I've actually seen the Moto2 Petronas bike actually do anything in the race. So congratulations to Sam Lowe's and Xavi Verge on getting some good points in, 4th and 5th respectively. I think it was Rodrigo or someone like that who won. I'm going to cut to later on in the day when I've had a look at my phone and my notes, and I'll tell you properly who won that race. So yeah, now we move on to the big one, the MotoGP. Oh fuck, what was that? Yeah, now we move on to the big one, MotoGP. So now we move on to the big one, MotoGP. Quartararo on the front row again, done really well in qualifying. Vinales was up there, and I believe Jacques Miller was pole man. I mean, everything about the beginning of the race left my head after the accident that happened. And again, it's Mr. Controversy himself, Mr. Johan Zarco, again creating havoc on everyone in the MotoGP paddock, especially Franco Morbidelli, who is very fucking lucky to be alive. You've got both of them coming around turn 3, which is kind of a straight anyway. It's like a kinky straight at the Red Bull Ring, and Zarco uses the Ducati, hey, Ducati, good boy, Ducati power to get past Morbidelli's Yamaha on that straight. However, they collide. Morbidelli didn't really have anywhere to go. Zarco, there's no way of putting this, he kind of blocked him on a straight, which is absolutely mad when you think about it. But yeah, Morbidelli and Zarco's bike starts ghosting down the track like an absolute nutter, heading towards turn 4, which is a right hand turn, so all the bikes in front of them are turning into the danger. The fact that no one died here is amazing, and here's a couple of pictures to show how close Valentino Rossi and Vinales came to certain death. Those bikes were probably doing over 100 mile an hour, close to 200 at that point when they crashed. So yeah, they're very, very, very lucky to be alive. Yeah, I can't believe no one's died, to be honest. You're looking at these pictures now, and I mean, Rossi, bless him, 41 years old, it probably brings it back to him that it is a dangerous game, and you know, when your number's up, your number's up. But it wasn't his day. What do we say to the god of death? Not today. And Valentino said not today to the god of death yesterday. Jesus. So prior to this accident, Quartararo had a brake issue. He went straight off on the same corner, I believe, actually, turn 4, and where the mayhem happened, and he ended up back plumb last. So this accident happens, red flag, race restarts, 20 laps, Quartararo is plumb last at the restart. Viñales, who's second in the championship behind Quartararo, is up there, somewhere around 7th, but I'm not actually sure. I tried to figure out what happened to him, but on the restart he kind of just went backwards. So yeah, not a great restart from Viñales, who had all the opportunities to kind of make Quartararo pay for his previous earlier mistake, but he didn't. Quartararo actually eventually ended up finishing in front of him, and now we move on to the biggest story of the week, which was Mr. Dovizioso. Earlier in the week, management came out and said that he would not be re-signing for Ducati. A lot of issues going on with him and Ducati. He's been saying for years that he wants this X, Y and Z done to the bike, and they have not listened to him. I do really feel sorry for Dovi. He is very, very good rider, and you know, he's been kind of second fiddle to Marc Marquez for all these years because he's not really on that competitive of a bike. But he has beaten Marquez a fair few times, and the Red Bull Ring is definitely his fairground. You know, it's the place where he's had the most success. But he ends up, what a story, beginning of the week, yeah, I'm not going to re-sign for Ducati, flipping the bird at them all pretty much, and he ends up winning. And then there was like a couple of points afterwards when the camera was on his bike and he was pointing at himself and then pointing at the bike. So I don't know, you know, you can read into that what you want. Is he staying or is he going? I don't know. I'd like to think that he's gonna hang around for a little bit longer for them. However, I think the decision has been made for him to move on. I don't know where that goes. It opens up so many doors. Dovi leaves, Ducati, you know, you've got a lot of young guns coming through in MotoGP right now, like Pol Espargaro in the KTM. He was winning the race at one point before the restart. In fact, he started pole on the restart because he was leading. You know, and Brad Binder are doing an amazing job with that KTM. You know, Pol Espargaro is actually already on his way, isn't he? He's on his way to Honda. So, you know, you got Jack Miller definitely got a seat at Ducati next year, and then the rest of the field I think are all kind of like signed up now for next year. So Ducati are kind of left with no one on the current field that they can slot into that empty seat. So where do you look? You look to World Superbikes? Do you look to Scott Redding, who, you know, potentially this season could be back-to-back BSB and World Superbike champion? I really do feel like Scott, you know, needs a manufacturer to just take a chance with him, give him a chance, whether it's a season-long deal and then you see where you go from there. But he's already ridden for Ducati for the past 2 years and been really fucking successful, probably one of their most successful riders. You know, he's started very strongly in World Superbikes. Jonathan Rea not so much, but he did come back previous week in Portimao, won 3 races did Jonathan Rea, and damage limitation for Scott Redding, he ended up getting a second place in the final race. So look, it's going to be a very interesting season, and what happens next season is with the rider lineup is going to be ridiculous. Could we see a straight swap? Scott Redding from Aruba Ducati World Superbikes MotoGP team, and Dovi the other way. Who knows? I just think it's really exciting at the moment, and I'm so fucking happy that no one died, because both the crashes that happened were really scary. Just seeing the bike just disappear up the road, wow, that was scary, really bloody scary. Yeah, so I'm just happy that no one died, no one's like severely injured, and yeah, the season continues. It's going to be really exciting. I'm really looking forward to next week. Same place, back at the Red Bull Ring. All the teams are going to have that little bit more data now, so they can make a few decisions on kind of like what tyre preference and stuff like that. So yeah, it'll be really cool. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe for more, and comment. I'll see you in the next one, guys.